Hey gang, welcome back to Joe Daddy's Garage. Today's video is part 3 in the Bronco build. Now in the first video I did an overview of the build, and in the second video I started doing the work on the firewall, welding up some holes, test fitting the brake pedal and the gas pedal, and making sure all the holes were in the right location. I stress that all the time, test fit everything. So at this point, as I mentioned in the previous video, I'm going to take care of some of the small stuff just to get it out of the way. And the plan is to take care of the roll bar, the dash panel, and probably the door panels. And I'm going to be spraying those with a single stage paint. That way those are done and this can be put aside and get out of the way. So let me show you what I'm working on. So here are the door panels. These obviously are not stripped. They are original and they've got some dents and dings in them. A little bit of damage here and there, some wear from window cranks and different things. So I'm not going to make these perfect, but I'm going to take care of a lot of the small stuff so that they're, they will look good with paint on them. So I have to clean these up, take care of some rust, a few minor issues like that. So this is probably going to be more work than some of the other pieces. Let me show you those. So in the back here I have the roll bar, and again that's going to be Wimbledon White. And I also have the dash panel. Now, I will need to scuff this down, make sure it's clean and ready to go. I've already gone over the roll bar with Scotch-Brite, and the plan is to spray this with epoxy and then come right back to it after letting that cure and coming back to it with the single stage Wimbledon White. Same thing with the dash panel. So once those are taken care of, that's going to free up some space. This can go out of the garage and it won't have any problems. I just didn't want to set that outside and let it get wet and rust and all that sort of thing. So that's the status of that, and let's get these door panels done. Okay, as you saw in the time lapse, I got these panels ready to go, and they have Rage Ultra body filler on them. Sanded them out. I think they look pretty good. I did find the glove box door and the ashtray, and of course the dash is sanded. Everything has been wiped down with wax and grease remover. The roll bar has been scuffed. So all this is ready to go, and the plan now is to mix up epoxy and spray all this stuff together. Okay, so I'm going to mix up some epoxy. What I have here is Shopline JP375, and the hardener is JH3770. I think they've changed the numbers on these over the years. This is some stuff I've had for a while. Still good, nothing wrong with it. I've already shaken this up. It's all good. I'm going to be using the 3M PPS cups. This is like the first generation. They've got another version of this out. I still have the old system. So put that liner in there, and then I'm going to mix this up 2 to 1. It says you can reduce it up to 1/2, like 2 to 1 to 1/2 with acetone, is what it says on the cheat sheet that I have. But I'm just going to mix it up straight 2 to 1. So rather than use a 2 to 1 scale, because it goes from here to 2 to 1 and then a 1 again, I'm just going to mix it up by ounces. So I'll probably do 14 ounces up to right above 20, and that way it's 2 to 1. Respirator. Now we wait 15 minutes. Okay, all the panels are ready to go. I have the door panels, I put epoxy on them, and then I put high build and sanded that, so they should be nice and smooth. I have the glove box door and 2 ashtrays in epoxy, same way with the dash, and of course the roll bar. Now I'm going to be mixing up single stage, and that is going to be 4 to 1 to 1/2, and then come in here and spray this. Hopefully it all goes well. I'm going to use the Black Widow 1.3 spray gun, and we'll see how it looks. Here are the panels. They turned out pretty nice. Glove box. I think it looks pretty good. Of course, the dash. And I managed to get some runs in it. You can see those. Unfortunately, put a little too much on there. The roll bar turned out good. Very happy with it overall. Pretty smooth. and I got good coverage on it. So now what I want to do is move this outside. I don't need this in here taking up any more space. So this will go outside. You can probably see the floor is white from the overspray, along with the tops of my shoes. So this single stage is pretty sticky when it's being sprayed. And I learned something in doing this. Hadn't seen this before. Apparently I have some air coming in the bottom of the wall here, and also over on this side. So what that tells me is I've got the front section of the shop is a little airtight because I have the fans running and it has to get air somewhere to push out. And it's always tricky whenever you have insulation and everything closed up, you have to have air movement. So the difficulty at this point is the time of year where the temperature is a little bit lower and I'm trying to keep the heat up to help this stuff cure. So anyway, I'm going to try to find a way to address the airflow and make it a little better. But at this point, I need to get this stuff out of here and move on to the next phase of the project. Okay, that'll be the end of this video. I'm glad I got the roll bar painted, the door panels, the small pieces like that. Those can be pushed to the side now, and I can move on to the next phase. Now, I'm not sure exactly what I will be doing, whether it's going to be spraying the bed liner material on the front of the vehicle or prepping the inside to spray the bed liner material that's going to go on it, or if I'm going to work on body panels, because there's a lot of things that need to happen up until the final point of painting. The interior panels need to be sprayed, the underside of the hood, all that needs to be addressed prior to being bolted back on the truck. So a couple things I have to think about, and when I get to that point, you'll know too. But I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank my patrons again for supporting me in all this. I appreciate them so much. And if you're interested in becoming a patron, there's a link in the description below. Or if you're interested in helping me out by buying Amazon products, then there's also a link in the description below. You can click on that. But that'll be it for this video. And until next time, take care of yourselves. See ya.